By the way, thank you for saving my life.
With Disney continuing to reimagine its animated classics through live-action adaptations, the possibility of sequels looms large, offering potential box office success and the chance to further explore beloved characters. Even for films that traditionally might have ended with their original stories like Beauty and the Beast, the allure of sequels in the live-action realm is strong. Emma Watson, who portrayed Belle in the 2017 adaptation, expressed enthusiasm about the prospect of a sequel. In an interview with Access Hollywood, she shared her vision for Belle's future, imagining her as a teacher running a library in the castle and opening it to the village. "I would love to do a sequel," Watson remarked. "I always thought that Belle would become a teacher and she would run a library in the castle and open it up to the village. This was where I was going." While the original film tied up Belle and the Beast's storyline neatly, and renaming a potential sequel to Beauty and the Prince, formerly known as Beast, would be necessary, the idea of continuing the narrative isn't far-fetched. Given the immense success of the first film, it wouldn't be surprising if Disney considers further exploring this enchanted world. Prior to its release, Disney's live-action adaptation of Beauty and the Beast garnered significant attention and anticipation, thanks in part to an extensive marketing campaign that cost around $140 million worldwide. The first official teaser trailer debuted on Good Morning America in June 2016, and quickly set a record with 91.8 million views in its first 24 hours, marking it as one of the most-watched trailers of its time. Subsequent promotional efforts, including posters and additional trailers, continued to build momentum leading up to the film's release. Despite its substantial production budget, estimated at $255 million, Beauty and the Beast proved to be a financial success. Upon its release, the film received praise from critics who applauded its cast, musical performances, and visual aesthetics. It went on to gross over $1.2 billion worldwide, making it the second highest-grossing film of 2017 and one of the top 10 highest-grossing films of all time at the point of its release. Among Disney's live-action remakes, it stands as the second highest-grossing adaptation to date. Beauty and the Beast also garnered recognition in the award circuit, receiving nominations for Best Production Design and Best Costume Design at the 90th Academy Awards, further solidifying its critical and commercial acclaim. Dan Stevens seems open to reprising his role as the Beast in a potential Beauty and the Beast sequel, as he expressed during the Tribeca Film Festival. While debuting his new film, Permission, Stevens indicated his willingness to entertain offers related to returning to the enchanting world of Beauty and the Beast. He shared with Variety, "That's not a question for me. I'm not sure what turn that would take. I'm open to offers. It would seem odd for me to hear about it, but never say never." With both Emma Watson and Dan Stevens expressing interest in a sequel, fans of the 2017 adaptation have reason to hope for more magical adventures in the future. If a sequel to Beauty and the Beast were to be made, adapting from Beauty and the Beast, Belle's magical world could be a fantastic idea. Originally released in 1998 as a direct-to-video anthology film, it features several delightful segments set within the timeline of the original Beauty and the Beast, after Christmas but before the climactic battle against Gaston. The film includes segments like The Perfect Word, Fifi's Folly, The Broken Wing, and Mrs. Potts' Party added in the 2003 special edition. These stories expand on the characters and their interactions, offering new insights into Belle's life in the enchanted castle. Notably, Belle performs two songs in the film, Listen With Our Hearts and A Little Thought, adding a musical touch to the anthology. Adapting these stories could provide a rich framework for a sequel, exploring deeper relationships and further developing the magical world and its inhabitants. It would be a nostalgic nod for fans of the original film while offering new adventures for Belle, the Beast, and their enchanted friends. The Perfect Word. Beast, played by Robbie Benson, and Belle, played by Paige O'Hara, decide to have a meal together. Beast seeks advice from Lumiere, voiced by Jerry Orbach. Meanwhile, Cogsworth, voiced by David Ogden Stiers, escorts Belle to the dining room where they encounter Webster, voiced by Jim Cummings, a talkative scribe transformed into a dictionary. Belle invites Webster to join them, much to Cogsworth's dismay. During dinner, Belle shares a story with Beast, who starts feeling uncomfortable and asks for the windows to be opened, despite the servants feeling chilly due to the draft. An argument ensues between Beast and Belle, leading Beast to angrily push Webster off the table when the dictionary starts giving unwanted synonyms for Belle's remarks. This causes them to stop talking to each other despite efforts from Lumiere and Cogsworth to reconcile them. Feeling remorseful, Webster, with the help of his friends Crane, voiced by Jeff Bennett, and LaPlume, voiced by Rob Paulsen, crafts a fake apology letter from Beast to Belle. Belle finds the letter and reconciles with Beast. However, the truth about the forgery comes out that night, leading to a chase around the castle. Beast eventually catches Webster, Crane, and LaPlume and banishes them into the forest in anger. Belle goes after them and convinces Beast to forgive them, understanding their good intentions. Beast allows them to return, realizing forgiveness is important. Fifi's folly. On Valentine's Day, Lumiere becomes extremely nervous and obsessively cleans himself in preparation for a surprise for Fifi. Seeking advice, he confides in Belle while strolling in the garden, rehearsing what he plans to say to Fifi. Unfortunately, Fifi overhears and misunderstands, thinking Lumiere and Belle are romantically involved. In retaliation, Fifi tries to make Cogsworth interested in her despite his lack of enthusiasm. Eventually, misunderstandings are cleared up, revealing Lumiere's true intention, a romantic snow ride around the castle gardens with Fifi. However, during their ride, the pot they are in slips off a balcony, leaving them hanging over the moat. Lumiere confesses his love for Fifi as they cling to the edge. Just in time, Belle, Cogsworth, and other servants arrive to rescue them, emphasizing the lesson not to jump to conclusions. The ordeal ends with Lumiere and Fifi sharing a heartfelt kiss, everyone having learned the importance of understanding and trust. Mrs. Potts' party. Mrs. Potts feels down because of gloomy weather, so Belle plans a surprise party to lift her spirits, seeing Mrs. Potts as a mother figure. The challenge? Keeping the party preparations quiet so they don't wake the exhausted Beast, who spent the night fixing a leaky roof. But Lumiere and Cogsworth's rivalry complicates things. They clash over everything: the music, Mrs. Potts' favorite flowers, even the cake flavors. Even their loyal oven mitts, Chaude and Trace, take sides and fuel the feud. Their competition leads to disaster when the cake they bake explodes, creating chaos in the kitchen. Belle scolds them, prompting Lumiere and Cogsworth to bury the hatchet. Together, they devise a smaller surprise for Mrs. Potts. Their joint effort succeeds, lifting Mrs. Potts' spirits and bringing sunshine back. Everyone realizes the value of teamwork and compromise, underscored by the song A Little Thought. The Broken Wing. Belle and Beast had plans for lunch, but when an injured bird flies into Belle's room, she becomes absorbed in caring for it, forgetting about their date. Beast, who harbors a strong dislike for birds, discovers Belle's distraction and becomes furious. In his attempt to catch the bird, Beast trips over Cogsworth and injures himself. This incident changes Beast's feelings towards birds, but his selfishness remains evident as he locks the bird in a cage and demands it sing for him on command, despite the bird's fear and sadness. Meanwhile, Cogsworth, feeling a loss of control over the castle staff, adopts a harsh and demanding approach to assert his authority. This only exacerbates tensions. Belle eventually persuades Beast to release the bird once it has recovered. However, when the bird tries to fly, it falters, prompting Beast to rescue it. In the process, Cogsworth falls from a balcony but is unharmed. This experience teaches him that respect cannot be forced but must be earned through understanding and compassion. Ultimately, Belle and Beast reconcile. Beast learns the importance of treating others, both humans and animals, with respect, compassion, and attentiveness. Well, that's it for today. Would you like to see Belle and the prince embark on new adventures together? What kind of storylines would you envision for them? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on all things Disney and beyond. Until next time, take care and stay enchanted.